Hello YouTubers, welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is Frank the Vamp, and today we're going to talk about The Dead, The Walking Dead Season 4. Bam! Latin American version release of The Walking Dead. Pretty cool. It has optional Spanish subtitles, of course I don't need them. Or you can actually, I think it has a dub version. I try to stay away from it. I like the. Anyway, if I speak the language, I try to listen to it in the original language. So, I even sometimes dislike dubbing, but sometimes I don't mind. It depends on how bad it is. Um, it just goes back. But no, this one I really like the character speaking English. So. What can I say about The Walking Dead? It's one of the best shows in television, if not the best right now. I have reviewed the past three seasons, 1, 2, and 3, which I'm gonna put in the description if you wanna revisit my other, takes on season 1, 2, and 3. And just stay tuned to what you're gonna see and hear about season 4. Is the show getting better? Is it getting worse? Is it staying meh? We're gonna find out right now. And there will be some minor spoilers. I try not to spoil many key turns on the story, of course, but at the same time, of course, and I will stay away from saying who lives and dies. If we have lost new characters, get new characters, lost some characters. I'll introduce some new characters, but I'll try to stay away from talking about characters who are axed off on season 4 if you haven't seen it. Having said that, there will be some minor spoilers. So let's go on with a review. Well, The Walking Dead now on season 4 kind of have left a bitter, kind of like ended on a bitter turn. The war with the governor in season 3 left a lot of injuries and destruction and horrible things and some dead also. There's some key people were lost in season 3, and it was really tough on some of the characters, and we're gonna see how they deal with it. Season 4, let's talk about the plot first. One big thing that's going on is disease. A flu-like deadly virus goes around and starts, actually, putting people in critical or even death, and is being very contagious, and it's surrounding the prison all over. Um, there may be some characters dying here. Actually, I'm gonna say there will be some characters, but what I mean is major characters perhaps will be taken by this flu, and that sends a lot of concern and sacrifice throughout the prison. And if that's not threat enough, the governor who was defeated on season 3, however, he was not killed, and I don't think I can spoil anything to say that guy is always a threat. That guy is insane and great actor, but he inflicts a very weird, messed up in the head villain that thinks that he can make this perfect society and everything's going to be well, but it's only perfect if you follow what he says. If you dislike what he says, he's just going to shoot you in the head. So it's just not. So things may or may not be going well with the governor, and there may or may not be an attack. Um, but definitely there is no love lost between the group, especially Rick and the governor. So stay tuned for more of that. There will be an event that will scatter. I think this is the biggest spoiler that I'm gonna say. There will be an event that will scatter people from the prison. I'm gonna say what the event is, but I'm gonna say it's of a tragic manner. So think of that. and this event will dissipate most of the members, and they all scatter to survive and see if they can find each other again, a la season 2. At the end, that they were trying to escape the farm, remember? And people kind of scatter after the walker attack. There will be an event like that, and I will say what the event is or why it happened. May or may not be related to the disease, or there may be another thing. We'll see. So, that's pretty much the gist of what season 4 is going to cover. Now, as I always do, one way to really analyze season 4 is to talk about the characters. We're going to start with Andrew Lincoln, of course, Rick. Rick is being hit by life, as we know. Like I said, minor spoilers, but this is from season 3. If you haven't seen season 3, watch it. So what happens is that we actually, lose. Rick actually lost his wife, and when his wife was gone, it's a big thing taken from him, and he's left now with a young daughter, to fend for, and of course his son, and it's really tough on Rick, and so Rick tries to take a softer side of him, trying to actually raise pigs and become a farmer of sorts. That's Rick's mission. Will he accomplish it? Will he be able to relax and be a more weapon-free, not so brutal Rick? And we'll find out that that's much tougher said than done, especially with the responsibilities that Rick has. But Rick just wants to be a better man, wants to be a better role model for his son, so there will be an effort made. I'm not sure it will be accomplished, but there will be an effort made. Norman Reedus returns as Daryl. Daryl is always I'd say that he's just playing his character he's not, unlike prior seasons when Daryl had major plot points, there will be some involving him, but he's just staying the silent, tough, quiet type, doing what he does best, which is just pretty much kick butt, take names. Stephen Young and Larry Cohen playing Glenn and Maggie, still the awesome couple. They may get separated, and they love each other, so if they get separated because of that split, it's going to be. And also, I forgot about the plot points. There's, they may be looking for a new place who may or may not be the answer to their problems, called Terminus. Remember that name, Terminus. We'll talk more about that when it comes to season 5, but they have arrived supposedly to this place was supposed to be the answer to their problems. Is it? Or is it the answer to their problems, or is it more problems? Stay tuned. I'm going to talk about Chandler Riggs, who is Carl, Rick's son, and Carl has just experienced, growing up, and I think in this season he's becoming less and less childlike. Awesome acting. That dude's gonna be a great actor. Just hear me first. My father and I were watching the episodes, and he says, "Damn, this dude's gonna be good. It's gonna be a heartthrob. It's gonna be really, really cool in the future." And I think I agree. Carl, he's showing new personality as an adult, a kid becoming an adult. So definitely, I would definitely stay tuned for what are the changes on season 5 going to be for Carl. But definitely, he's a different person than he was in season 3. There will be some growing up to do in season 4. Lauren Cohen, so we're going to talk about Danae Guerra, which is Michonne. And Michonne, there's some of her backstory shown. If I have a criticism to say about this season, is that Michonne is a very underused character. She should be one of the main ones. There was an attempt to make her, and we know a little bit of her backstory, not enough. Towards the end of the season, there were a lot of time wasted on some stories that were not very interesting. I'm going to talk about one of the new characters that actually is not much of a. I did not enjoy his backstory as much as I enjoyed Michonne. So I think that there were some choices made not to go into the backstories of some of the characters that should have been more interesting, and some of the wrong characters were featured, and that was a flaw. If I can say it's a flaw, that's why and I'll tell you the grade I'm going to give the season in a moment. Um, then we have Melissa McBride, of course, Carol. Carol, she had tough losses in the past. Lost her daughter, dealing with children now, teaching children how to fend for themselves, and she's become a harsher person. And there will be some harsh decisions she will have to make. I don't know if she'll ever be the same after season 4. Um, that's something that I will say. So I'll leave it at that. Um, Scott Wilson as Herschel. Herschel is just, dude is so awesome. The voice of reason. Um, I think that he really was a mentor to Rick and everybody else. He was he's just such a dude that sacrifices everything for everybody, and it shows when the outbreak comes. Being the veterinary there, and mostly the main doctor. There's one other doctor that actually is there, and you'll see the role that person plays um, with the new people that arrive. But as far as Herschel, that dude is gold. Great acting. There's something that will happen to him. Can't say, but it just shows his character. It just shows what kind of a great guy he is. David Morrissey as the government. I love that dude. That dude is bat guano crazy. Not that dude knows. That dude knows how to play a crazy dude. And there's Emily Keeney as Beth. The younger sister of what's her name, of Maggie, and there will be some stuff going on. She's growing up as well, so we'll get to see. Um, Chad Coleman as Tyrese has a much bigger role than in last season, and I love Tyrese. I think he's a great adding to the cast, and that's one of the great things that I see. Um, we have Sasha, a more prominent role as Tyrese's younger sister, which is Shaniqua Martin Green, played by the actress. Lawrence Gilbert Jr. plays Bob Stuckey, and is a character dealing with some inner demons and some alcoholism. And I like the idea of him, but I don't find his backstory that all interesting. It doesn't really go into why he drinks. It just shows him drinking and kind of not caring, but doesn't make him a very likable character. I don't know why he was introduced. That's one of the characters that I don't go for. I love Michonne. I think there's one character should get more, and this new guy, Lawrence Gill, get more screen time than she did, and I didn't like that. So, one of the there's a lot of new characters introduced, and there's I really like Dr. Eugene Porter by plays by Josh McDermott, and who claims to be a scientist, knowing what the outbreak was for. That was my favorite new character. There's some other new characters there. As an overall season, I will say season 4 gets a B plus. Doesn't I think it did lose a little bit towards the end. Still great, still pretty good, but I love the end, and I have a lot of hope that season 5 is going to go back to A minus, A or A, even A plus category. So keep on trying, writers. I really like this season, If you like this video, like it and tell me why. If you didn't like it, tell me why as well. Take care, be blessed. Watch season 4 of The Walking Dead. Oh yeah.